on vacation with Sam one time, Samuel Jackson. We was in Portofino, we had finished dinner one time. We walking back to go get on this boat. Hey, you're Samuel Jackson, I want to take a picture. He said, what's the magic word?
That's him.
And I went, Sam. And it froze the white dude.
Steve Harvey. I hear y'all take vacations together on the yacht or something.
Well, we get on the boat with Magic and Cookie. Steve and Marjorie have their own boat.
So you know how we often assume that all the big shots in showbiz are tight buddies give their wealth and shared professional paths. Well, turns out Samuel L. Jackson and Steve Harvey might be flipping that script now. With their success and both being in the limelight, you'd expect them to be best bud. Right? Hold up, word is Samuel and Steve aren't exactly trading friendship bracelets. And it's not just about Steve's mustache or Samuel's comedic vibe, there might be more to this apparent rift in the Greek. Apavine is buzzing with whispers that Samuel L. Jackson might be getting ready to spill some juicy details about Steve Harvey's journey to startup.
All the time.
There we go.
You know, it's like the varying degrees.
Varying
of it,
degrees.
You know?
There.
That's like, hey, what's up?
Different levels.
All of it, you know, we make it work.
We all know Samuel can crack a joke, but this time he seems dead serious. The gossip suggests there could be some skeletons in Steve's closet that only the insiders know about. And you know Steve Harvey, he doesn't take well to people throwing shade. If Samuel is indeed gearing up to spill the tea with, might be looking at a celebrity feud of epic proportions. The burning question on everyone's mind is what Steve Harvey hiding that's pushing Samuel Jackson to the brink of calling him out. It looks like there might be some spicy Hollywood drama about to unfold. And these two might be on the verge of a showdown nobody saw coming.
I got a 4-year-old blowing y'all's mind. It was the people checking each other. Brock ain't wearing no. Yes, he did.
We all know Steve Harvey has become a household name with his killer comedy and Noon's Talk, whether it's on his radio show or his daytime talk show. But here's the twist, not everyone is on the Steve Harvey fan train. Guess who's not buying into the hype? None other than our guy Samuel L. Jackson. Usually you'd expect camaraderie among black celebrities in the entertainment industry like Samuel Jackson and the late Bernie Mac or Steve Harvey and Martin Lawrence. But hold up, because the Harvey-Jackson dynamic is a whole different ballgame. It's like one of those situations where one person just doesn't vibe with the other and the other is a bit wary of the first complicated right. But here's the kicker, the details of their beef go way beyond what you might have heard on the grapevine for starters. It seems like Samuel L. Jackson isn't entirely sold on the Steve Harvey charm. Whether it's the professional persona or the real-life dude, we've seen glimpses of Jackson's feelings over the years. But this hit a whole new level recently when he spilled the beans about his run-in with Harvey a couple of years back. Picture the snaps popped up online of Jackson and his wife hanging out with Harvey and his wife at some vacation spot back then, with limited info about their relationship. Everyone assumed these guys were tight buddies. Headlines even shouted life on the ocean. Rave pal Steve Harvey, Samuel L. Jackson, and Magic Johnson enjoyed July 4th on luxury yacht with their wives. Sounds like a pretty glamorous friendship, right? Fast forward to today, and Samuel decided it was time to clear the air. Those ocean rendezvous weren't planned according to Jackson. He and his wife were just on their way to their chosen vacation spot when they accidentally bumped into Harvey and his missus. And let me tell you, judging by Jackson's expression as he spilled the beans, he wanted the world to know that this meetup with Steve wasn't some carefully arranged Hollywood hangout. It was a pure accidental thing. So what? Isn't Samuel L. Jackson a big fan of Steve Harvey? Well, it seems that Jackson's not so warm feelings toward Harvey might be rooted in his relationship with Bernie Mac. And who wasn't Bernie's biggest supporter? You guessed it, Steve Harvey.
I don't know if you've ever followed Bernie Mac before. It ain't what you want. They down there, Bernie done cussed out everybody in the crowd. And he's hysterical. They're stomping. The arena about to fall. And we're performing at this arena in Charlotte where the hockey players play.
Yeah.
So they had put down the floor on top of the ice. All the black people in there with coats. And then the dude said, we gotta have a 45-minute intermission.
Here's the deal between these two. During their time in the same comedy group, Harvey apparently had his eyes set on sidelining Bernie Mac. It's pretty messed up considering they were supposed to be a united team, pursuing success together. The grapevine has it that Harvey had a reputation for being self-centered right from the start, dating back quite a while.
To the hand, to the hand. Some from the old school, I'll kick a kid ass. When a kid get 1 year old, I believe you got the right to hit him in the throat or the stomach.
Let's go back to the early 2000s. If you recall the original Kings of Comedy show, you'll remember Harvey along with 3 other comedy heavyweights becoming legends with their tour. The dream team included D.L. Hugh Cedric, The Entertainer, and Bernie Mac. It was the most successful full comedy tour ever, shaking things up and making big bucks while leaving a lasting impact on the comedy scene. Now here's where it gets interesting. Rumor has it that behind the scenes, Harvey wasn't playing nice. The tension reportedly revolved around Harvey's attempts to outshine Bernie Mac. Here's the deal: Harvey, with his smooth moves and aggressive banter with the audience, was seen as the slickest performer in the original Kings of Comedy. On the flip side, Bernie Mac's style was like a comedic roller coaster, delving into intense jokes that touched on real-life issues.
White people like space movies. Black people don't really do space like that. White people love space movies. They love movies about the moon and Mars where they can be leaving our ass down here on Earth. That's what they think. They think they're gonna leave us.
The rumor mill suggests that Harvey may have been envious of Bernie's unique style, and what started as a minor issue turned into a full-blown feud. Cedric the Entertainer, another OG from the tour, spilled the beans, and now the internet is buzzing with this comedy beef. It appears that those long-standing rumors about Harvey and Bernie Mac not exactly being BFs during the Kings of Comedy tour might hold some truth. Cedric recently spilled the tea on Shannon Sharpe's podcast Club, Shay, revealing that the feud between Harvey and Bernie was more than backstage gossip. It had real consequences. It even prevented the Kings of Comedy crew from going on another epic tour, missing out on more laughs. But there's more to the story. In 2003, Bernie Mac shared some inside info in an interview with GQ magazine, claiming that Harvey was jealous and tried to interfere with his movie roles. Steve, not one to stay silent, addressed these claims in a 2010 interview, expressing how hurt he was by Bernie's words. However, fans weren't entirely convinced by Steve's side of the story. So considering Samuel L. Jackson and Bernie Mac's close friendship, it's evident why Jackson might not be sending Steve Harvey a Christmas card. These guys weren't just buddies, they were practically industry siblings, the kind of friendship that runs so deep everyone thought of them as family. They even joined forces on the big screen in the movie Soul Men. Now, while you might recall them as bandmates on a wild road trip to honor their lead singer, what you might not be aware of is just how tight Samuel Jackson and Bernie Mac truly were. Jackson has been sharing insights into Mac's life ever since his passing, shedding light on their profound connection in Soul Men. In the movie, Jackson and Mac played characters who used to be in a band together, embarking on a crazy cross-country journey to pay tribute to their late lead singer. Tragically, Bernie Mac fell ill and passed away from pneumonia in August. After they finished filming, to add a surreal twist to it all, Jackson revealed that Mac never got to see the final cut of the movie. Now that's a whole new level of bittersweet. Jackson, the star of The Hitman's Bodyguard, spoke fondly of Mac, labeling him a friend. He even spilled the beans that the Ocean's 11 co-stars would crack some jokes at Jackson's golf tournament in Bermuda outside of their time on the Soul Men set. Jackson admitted that he didn't get to spend much time with Mac while he was alive. The guy was booked so ID with him. Is show The Bernie Mac Show, a Fox comedy series that had everyone in stitches from 2001 to 2006. Remember the ending of Soul Men with that heartfelt dedication to Bernie Mac and Isaac Hayes, two genuine soul men. Well, guess whose brilliant idea that was? Yep, you got it, Samuel L. Jackson. Understanding the depth of Jackson's connection with Mac makes it crystal clear why he might not be thrilled about the Steve Harvey comparisons. And if you take a closer look at their life journeys, you might just see it. Bernie Mac was no ordinary comedian. He's like the captain of the Pioneers Club in the comedy world, known for his iconic TV series The Bernie Mac Show and the legendary Kings of Comedy tour, later turned into a film directed by none other than Lee. This Chicago comedian was a titan among his peers. Sure, today it looks like Bernie had a smooth ride to becoming an icon, but the reality was quite the opposite when life threw some serious curveballs Bernie's way from the get-go, losing his mother at A young age forced him into a tough spot juggling multiple odd jobs to make ends meet. It wasn't exactly a walk in the park for him. But you know what Bernie realized along the way? That humor can be your best companion in this crazy journey called life. So he decided to put all his focus into stand-up comedy. Determined to spread laughter and entertain people, Bernie Mac's legacy goes beyond the laughter he brought to our screens. It's a testament to resilience, turning hardships into humor and leaving an indelible mark on the comedy landscape. According to Bernie, motivation wasn't about comparing himself to others. From the early days of his comedy journey to later in life, he had two simple goals: be the best and stay true to himself.